Welcome back to the Ultimate 180, where you flip what you think you know upside down so you can finally make lasting change and create a life you really love. In today's episode, we are diving in to a phrase I hear all the time when people are going through something tough. The phrase, I'm being tested. But let's be real, you aren't being tested. Life isn't waiting to see if it's just a pass or fail. What's actually happening is this. Life is holding up a mirror. It's reflecting back to you where you are right now, your patterns, your choices, your reactions, so that you can decide. Do you want to keep going at life the same way, or do you want to shift into something different? Because here's the truth. When you see life as a test, it creates stress and pressure. But when you see it as a mirror, it creates awareness and choice. And awareness is where freedom begins. So if you have ever felt this way, or maybe you're feeling it right now, then you definitely don't want to miss this episode. So let's get started as we navigate change together, 1 degree at a time. Let's do this. Hey, it's Christina Walker, and thanks for joining me today at the Ultimate 180. This powerful episode could truly help you in the pivotal moments of life. You know the ones. Stuff happens. But before I dive in, I just want to take a quick pause to celebrate because this is my 50th episode. 50 weeks. 50 weeks of breakthroughs, of shifts, and new ways of thinking. And I'm just getting started. So I just wanted to thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me, for taking your precious time out of your day to be here and to be willing to be open to take the steps to change your life into something better, something amazing. So I just wanted to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really hope that you'll help yourself and help others by tapping that subscribe or follow button. It really does help you stay plugged in, and it helps others by helping the channel so that others can find it. And it lets me know that you want to hear more. So please just hit it. And if you're ready to go deeper, join that VIP community. Just join. I have some super exciting programs that are coming up, and they're all in the works. And our VIPs are always the first to know because we are doing life-changing work together. So you don't have to be alone. And all the links and everything are in the show notes. So let's jump right in. Let's talk about what this mirror really means and how it is used to shift into a version of you that you can move forward with confidence, grace, and peace. So why is I'm being tested feel so heavy? Why does that feel so heavy? Because tests imply pass or fail, right? Right or wrong, success or failure. It brings us back to school. It brings us back even to elementary school. Like, oh my God, it's a test. You know the feelings of a test. They're not usually good. They're not usually like, yay, I get to go have a test. That's not a thing. So it feels really heavy. So you're probably in a heavy situation. And then now you're saying, okay, this is a test, right? And now you're gearing up because you got to like fight. And that is not a fun feeling when life is heavy. And this kind of mindset, it creates anxiety. It creates urgency too. And it's that feeling of I have to get this right or I'll blow it. And that urgency can make us make decisions that might not be for the best of us. It might not be the best future for us or those around us. And it makes us reactive instead of reflective. So an example, it could be a job loss, a relationship change, anything really, any of these moments that are so heavy and you're like, oh my God, I lost my job. Oh my God, I got to hurry up and I've got to, this is a test. This is a test that's testing me to see if I've got what it takes. Oh my God, the pressure you're putting on yourself when you do that to yourself. If you look at it, that it's really just a mirror and it's showing you these are the hard times that you're going through right now. And this is you right now, right? These challenges reflect who you are in the moment, your habits, your patterns, your beliefs. This is who you are in the moment. How are you reacting right now to this situation? Even if it's in the worst of scenarios, with a health crisis, a money crisis, God forbid, a death in the family, how are you reacting? That is really what this is showing you, right? It's not a punishment, it's a picture. It's an invitation to notice. We've been through so much death over the last few years. It's just unbelievable. And if it's shown me anything, it's not just me, it shows you all the people around you of how they react and what's really going on in their life. And God forbid it takes a death to really show you, because you get mirrors all the time. So don't wait. When you get these mirrors, take the opportunity, because we have seen some scary stuff. We have seen, and when I say we, I'm talking about myself and my family. The things that I've noticed about even my own reactions to these tragedies are surprising, and some in a really positive way. And then I've seen some other things from people that were absolutely shocking. Like, wait a minute, you might need to look at your life for a minute, kind of things. Like, these are like revelations about the way that they look at life in general. And that's why I'm saying it's a mirror. So when tragedies happen, even health crisis, those are definitely mirror moments. How do I normally handle crisis? And could this, like, who am I? Like, is this the person I want to be moving forward? Or do I want to be a different person in this mirror that handles this a whole different way, that looks at life a whole different way? Because the mirror gives you an opportunity to pause. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to pause instead of panic. So how much more freeing does that feel when you realize these aren't tests in life? These are just mirror moments. And it gives you the power of becoming versus reacting. And that's empowering, right? Becoming. So looking at a mirror instead of a test, you can choose to stay the same. Maybe you're okay with what's in the mirror. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're too scared of what you see in the mirror. That's okay. You don't have to change right now, but you can remember it for later when you're ready to change. Or maybe it's that pivotal moment where you decide you can become the version of you who wouldn't even be in this situation, right? Some health scares are because of things that you haven't taken care of your own self. We've seen that recently, and that's a horrible place to be in. When you just look in the mirror and you can actually say and be empowered by, instead of this is a test, can I get through this? Can I live? Right? Maybe this is like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for showing me that I have not been taking care of myself. And in a way, maybe I thought I was doing all the things, but maybe it's the things that I was focusing on are all the things instead of the important things, right? Maybe I've been rushing around too much. Maybe I haven't been spending enough time with people I really want to spend time with. Or maybe this job is killing me. Maybe these are the things that you can see when you look in this mirror. And when I say that maybe it's the version of you wouldn't even be right in this situation, and maybe it's not even who you are, maybe it's the reaction that you see, that you are the way you're reacting. Maybe it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to always be that serious. Maybe you realize, like, oh my gosh, I guess I react like this to certain situations. maybe I need to reflect and say, you know what? Do I need to react like that? Maybe that's what's causing all of my problems. Maybe that's why this keeps happening to me again and again and again and again, because I keep reacting the same way. And so it gives us a chance to pause. And growth is about identity, not just action. Who you are. Who do you want to become so that you handle these situations and life with grace? Who do you want to become? Because the mirror actually shows you what you need to shift. I mean, it's what you need to shift, really, and it's not what you need to prove. And I think that's what happens is people think that they need to prove when it's a test. I need to prove that I can get through this. I need to prove that I'm not going to fail. Again, that's a lot of pressure for no reason. This isn't a pass fail. You don't need to prove anything to anybody but yourself. And even that, if you want to handle it with grace, you don't need to prove a damn thing. You need to decide who you want to be. It's very different. So how do you use this mirror for change? And I've got 4 little quick things. So 1, pause. Notice instead of rushing into what do I need to do to get it right? Because you know how that's how it feels in the moment when you're going through something big, when you're going through those I'm being tested moments, right? It's something critical, it's something pivotal that's happening. If you pause and take notice instead of rushing into I've got to do to get this right? That's step 1. 2, ask yourself, what would I prefer to see in the mirror right now instead? What do I wish I was looking at through these lenses? What my life looks right now, what would I prefer life to look like instead? And when I say that, I don't mean like, well, sure, if I was having a heart attack, I wish I wasn't having a heart attack. Yeah, we get that. But take it to the next level, right? I wish I was looking in a mirror at somebody who's been taking care of themselves all the way along so that I wouldn't be in this situation right now. That's how deep I'm talking about when you look in the mirror. Look at the real identity going on in the mirror. And then you get to number 3, decide. Decide, are you going to keep going as you are? Because you can. And sometimes in the moment, you just don't have the energy, and that's okay. Or are you ready to shift towards who you want to become? Are you ready? And if you are, number 4, if you're ready to shift, take one small step. An MDC, for those of you who've been watching, one small step from that new state of being. If you're in that state of being right now, what step forward? What would you take? What would that first tiny little baby step be? So MDCs, if you've been listening since, episode 4, episode 4, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen. It's where I tell you when I first explained how the smallest little shifts done consistently, they compound into massive transformation. And this is exactly the kind of moment where an MDC can change everything. One little tiny baby step of change towards that person that you'd like to see in the mirror, to be in that state. What would that person do if they were, let's say, taking care of themselves all the way along? What's one little thing that they would do? And those 4 things are life-changing, of looking in a mirror instead of feeling like you've been tested. So the next time life feels hard, drop the idea that you're being tested. You're not. You're being shown a mirror, like a gift. And that mirror moment isn't here to judge you. It's here to free you. When you shift from I have to pass this test to I get to choose who I become, everything changes. Everything. The stress goes down, the clarity goes up, and you're suddenly in control. And remember, this is a practice. Life is a practicing ground, and MDCs are how you practice. Those little small shifts that move you forward every time. You won't always get it perfect, and that's the point. The mirror keeps showing up, so you can keep choosing. It's your guide. And before I wrap up, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for being here for 50 episodes. This show is for you, and I wouldn't be here without you. So make sure you come back for episode 51 because we are kicking off a brand new mini series. It's called the Joy Blueprint. And I'm going to show you why joy isn't just a feeling. It's the most powerful foundation you can build your life on. And it's the real secret to creating an ultimate 180. You will not want to miss this one. So remember to tap that subscribe button. Check out all the links and resources below, including the link to our VIP group. You'll find my entire video series here on YouTube, or if you prefer to listen on the go, you can find all these episodes on your podcast apps like Apple, Spotify, or wherever you find your shows.